Hey traders, John Howell here. We're going to be looking at the markets today. The markets are still pretty strong right now. As you know, for me, I've got it completely wrong when I thought we're going to get a pullback much sooner than we did. This market is still really strong. So I want to share with you what's happening right now and the important things we do as a trader when moving forward. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so one thing I want to start off with is as a trader with myself, right, is that if I see something in the markets, if I think something's going to happen in the markets and it doesn't happen, then I need to sit back and say, okay, then what did I miss and what did I learn, right? Now, for me, I've been expecting some form of a pullback over the last month or so out of the markets, right? I really thought we'd start to see at least some form of a pullback or something like that out of the markets, but we haven't got that. Let me bring up this screen through here. Right, and so now we're just continuing to stare. We're still continue to stair step higher, and so on my revaluation, there's going to be a time when the market's going to have a real good pullback. That's inevitable, right? Especially when you look at this weekly charts. But this market is just super powerful, and it's much more powerful and it's much more strong than I originally thought in the markets there, right? So if I have a look at what's happening right now. The big key levels I'm focusing on right now when it comes to the actual market. So let's start off with the good old Nasdaq. The big key levels I'm focusing on now are this level. So we had this higher low through here, okay, and then now we have this other higher low through here. So we're actually been making higher lows all the way up, as you can see, right? What I got wrong in these markets here is that I was thinking now we're overextended, I'd probably likely to see a bit, at least, I was only looking for about a 5 or 10% correction and then a continuation to the upside. But this market is continuing up strong, which says when we eventually do get that pullback or that drop, it's going to be much stronger and much more vicious, I believe. But anyway, what's happening right now in the markets, we have this low point through here and we have this higher low through here as well too. 15,400, we now have a higher low. So, as you can see, the market has continued to make these high lows all the way up. We even had a higher low down here as well too, right? Nice little higher low, and you could quite possibly even say that we had this high low here on the Nasdaq as well too, right? High low, all the way up through the Nasdaq, on the Nasdaq through here. So that tells me that until we actually start to break the 15,400 level, until we start to break that level there, the market's still probably going to continue up from there. And again, I know I'm eating my words because for last month I've been looking for that pullback. Now again, guys, I don't trade that. Okay, I don't trade based off that there. If you are trading based off a YouTube video, well, yeah, it's not going to be good, right? I trade based off my system and my trading system, the way that I actually trade, right? You need to have an edge in the market, a plan in the market, not just what you think is going to happen. So we're making high lows all the way up, as you can see on the Nasdaq, low, high, low. So this level for me here is that if we do break that level, then that's probably going to be the end of this overall leg to the upside. And then we're probably likely to start to see a move on the downside to come. Let's go look at the S&P 500. And the S&P 500 is pretty much or sort of the same thing. We're still pretty strong through here. We actually have some sort of a short-term trend line coming up through, I would say through there somewhere. And again, even on the S&P, right? S&P low, high, low, high, low. Now I didn't expect a big pullback out of the S&P, more than Nasdaq. But they just haven't done that yet, right? We just continue this upward trend, and it's been a lot longer, a lot bigger than I originally thought. So low, high, and now we're just slowly grinding to the upside. But we are starting to slow a little bit as well too. And what I mean by that slow a little bit is that we're actually starting to get this sort of up and then now doing that sort of action in the markets there, which means we could be getting something like that soon out of the markets. So that's what I'm looking at through there, but still looking really strong here on the markets through here, guys. Let's go have a look at the Dow Jones. and the Dow Jones is right at this level of resistance. Let's take that off the screen there. But as you can see here, right, we had, what did we have? We had an equal low, low, equal low, and then now we've actually continued up from here. The Dow Jones has always been the one that I've seen a move coming, but just not the Nasdaq and the S&P. So it's not so much the Nasdaq. I've been expecting a pullback, but it's just the market. This market's been screaming strong. Again, the big issue about trading these markets right now, off your thinking like I'm going to jump on these markets right now because I'm missing out. That's always a really big mistake. Make sure you have some sort of edge, guys. If you don't have some sort of edge or some sort of plan, then you need that, right? That very first thing in the description there, guys, click on that. If you go click on that, you can get access to my free trading course. My free trading course, I'm going to walk you through the biggest mistakes you're making right now and how to stop them, how to actually read the charts properly. What sort of trading system are you using, right? Because reading the markets like I am right now and trading the markets is actually a completely different thing, right? When I'm trading the markets, I'm actually looking for my trading setup. I'm looking for my trading pattern. I'm also going to share with you exactly the trades I take. I'm going to share with you trade examples as well too. I'm going to talk about trade management, and I'm going to walk you through all the details and steps so you know when you're trading the markets, you're not using a YouTube video for your next tip, but you're using it from a concrete plan. Because whenever I'm trading, I never trade based off a YouTube video. I'm trading based off an actual proven trading plan that I use. So when I'm looking through the thousands of stocks on the American market, on the stock market, and all the other markets out there, guess what? I'm continuing to use that as my trading system. So you guys, if you really want to learn all that and all the steps and all the details, the very first link in the description, click on that there right now, guys. Make sure you get it right now. You get free membership access, and the very first video you're going to get is a 25-minute video of me walking you through exactly the 3 secrets you must know to become a good trader, my exact trading plan, my exact trading setup that I use every single day when trading the markets, and also exactly how to trade the Forex markets, the futures markets, the Indian market, all that sort of stuff. So first link in the description there, guys. Go click on that and go do that right now. So one thing I want to share with you guys when it comes to these markets here is following what the market is telling you, right? So for example, for me, I've been very bullish on the bond market, right? I thought, okay, we're probably likely to see a rise in the bond market. But this is the big thing between amateurs and professionals, right? I know when I'm wrong, and I know, and not using my mind, but say, okay, now the market is telling me something different. I may be thinking something, but the market's telling me something different. So if I look at, say, the TLT market, right, and as you know, right, I was saying that, okay, we did actually have a move up, but this actually could be either a false breakout to the downside and a big move to the upside, or if we do start to roll over, which we did here, if we do start to roll over, then this is probably going to continue down here. We're probably likely to get a movement on the downside even more now looking at that. And as you can see, right, this is where, like, for me, guys, I was actually looking for a move up here on the TLT and the TMF market. But I was saying that, hey, we did get this move up from here to here. We got this sort of look of V bottom type action. But I said we're not out of the woodworks yet because we're still in this massive downtrend, and the sellers could come in and start to knock this down quite strongly and start to see this thing head back down. So that's what's going on right now, guys. And again, leave your ego at the window. I'm not right all the time, and you're not right all the time, okay? And it's so important to have good risk management. And the way that you're positioning yourselves in these markets is that you know when to exit, and you know when what the market is telling you is not right, and then you simply exit, change your positions, and so on and so forth from there. And that's what I do all the time myself, right? When I'm trading the markets, I have trading opportunities, plus also I have my investment opportunities, and I'm going through that process every single day to make sure I'm making the best decisions for me. If I go have a look at the gold mining sector, now look at this here. This gold mining sector is actually really the GDXJ, or the GDX here, is really interesting. We've actually got this sort of high point through here. We've got a high point through here, a low, and now we're actually getting a bit of a pullback through here. So what actually is this here? So that's going to be really interesting to see what actually happens here on the mining sector. Do we actually hold here and continue up, or do we actually continue down? So really, we're just really in this sort of sideways movement, this sideways range on the gold mining sector for now anyway. We need to wait to see what it does. Let's actually see through here. Okay, so we're getting a retracement down to the 60% level. If any more, if this GDX chart actually gets down to this level here, so we continue down from here down to the bottom, then that's going to be a very, very, very weak sign for the markets. Because why? Because we have this move down, then a lower high, and then a move down from there. Now, if you use my Fibonacci tools, right, from there to there, look what happened, right? Where we traced 50% and now we continue down. So this actually could be the retracement of the 50%, and this actually could then now be a movement on the downside to come. Looking at the GDXJ, and sort of the same thing as well too. We're gonna move here. We had to move all the way down. Is this going to hold here and start to create this high low, or is this going to continue down from here? That's the question mark that we have on our minds right now, because it's going to tell us if this does hold and start to create a high low, then we could start to see some really big movements out of that level through there. Let's go look at silver right now. And silver, as I speak, has had a nice move up, and we're getting just this slow pullback through here. We still are at this level of support around the $24 level when it comes to silver. So that's what I'm seeing through there, guys, when it comes to the silver market there. A bit of a short-term pullback. One thing you want to see is you want to see silver start to get out of this sort of short-term range from there to there, and you want to see this silver market start to make a rise up from there. Also looking at the gold market as well too, and looking at what gold is actually doing, we're seeing that the market's coming down, markets come up, then we have this slow pullback through here. So then I'm actually looking for something like that, but I need to wait for confirmation. Okay, you never preempt. This actually could be some sort of inverted head and shoulders, but you never want to preempt that. We had this sort of neckline through here. If we do start to get a movement up like that in the markets, then we could quite possibly actually see this thing start to move higher from there. But we always, whenever you see a trading pattern, triangles, flags, heads and shoulders, you always want to make sure you get the confirmation, okay? Yes, this could be a head and shoulder formation. And yes, guess what? It also could just be a high, and then we also could get that as well too. So always wait for confirmation. And the confirmation is once it actually gets the shoulder, we actually start to break above. That's the confirmation you're looking for.